Okay, so it is a huge honor for me to welcome you here to our session, the Interregional Cooperation Intensification. All the speakers are present, and let me introduce them. Talia Minulina, Chief of the Investment Development Agency of the Republic of Tatarstan, Artem Zdunov, Head of the Republic of Moldova, Denis Pushilin, Head of the Donetsk People's Republic, sorry. Khalid Dudin, Governor of Hebron from the State of Palestine, rather Mayor of Hebron. Vladimir Mazur, Governor of the Tomsk region. I am the moderator, Evgeny Gaeva, editor of the Economics and Social Problems Department of Russian newspaper, of Rossiyskaya Gazeta. And we see that there is a growing trend on regionalization, which always goes against globalization. And when we think of regionalization, of course, it comes to mind the idea of when there are different countries that cooperate, what kind of exchange they might have that would be productive and efficient. Because neighboring countries often have the same pool of resources and problems. But they also share the same kind of an outlook, and that might be a good point a focal point for their future cooperation and integration. In this case, we recall that social studies are also, the thing about economics rather, that it's not only about numbers, but also about people and ideas. And how to get investment in those regions is something that we will be focusing on during this session we have today. And I encourage speakers to speak in a timely manner. We have 7 minutes per speaker. I wanted now to pass the floor to Talia Minulina, Chief Executive of the Tatarstan Investment Development Agency. And I pass the floor to her.
Myself, as a part of organizing committee of Russian Islamic World Kazan Forum and as a head of investment agency, I'm a member of government in Tatarstan for 10 years already. And the main task of investment agency is to attract investment into Tatarstan, and what I can tell you is that we really succeed in that for the last years. So talking about the transformation in terms of international activities, I can tell you that Tatarstan today is the real bridge, and I believe that every participant can understand that through being here, right? So only just this year we were hosting the Games of the Future, this Kazan Forum. Today we have the registered participants from 87 countries already. And as well as we have the biggest platform, is a huge conference, Russia and China, that we are hosting every year since 2023. Moreover, we will be welcoming the BRICS Summit in autumn this year. So this is a very good basis of international relations development, not only for Tatarstan, but also for Russian regions, because we see today we have 84 Russian regions, that almost the whole country who takes part here in the forum. So what are the results for that? Today we have more than 165 countries whom we are trading with, like export-import operations. Plus, we have 79 countries who invested into Tatarstan. So, and I think that this is a direct connection in between being an international platform, like developing relations with regions from OIC countries, and not only regions, but municipalities as well. Like, Kazan is the capital of Tatarstan Republic. Kazan has 70 70 towns and cities that we have the agreements with. And this is also really good basis for the development. And as well as we have, let's say, I just want to make some examples. For example, from Kazakhstan, Kazan has the agreement with Almaty. From Egypt, this is another city. And this is the municipal level. We have a very, like lots of different agreements on municipal level amongst associations of municipalities with different countries, with Turkish world. And I think that it also could be a good basis of business development. Like, these are the cities that Kazan work well, really tight, like they have lots of things to do together. And the municipal level is maybe deeper than the regional one, and it's easier to organize lots of events together, and the business can communicate in between. So on regional level, like Tatarstan itself, has lots of other different agreements, let's say with Uzbekistan. We work very closely with Kazakhstan, with Turkish Republic, with many other cities. And we have the scheme that was developed for the last years. First is the regional agreement with some of the region that is similar to Tatarstan. We try to find somebody, not the capital, but some region that is similar to us in that country. After those consultations, we signed the agreement with the region. And after that, we have the plan of actions that we should do to make this agreement really like a working instrument to benefit, for everyone to benefit from it. So, and these are the plans of actions about economic development, cultural activities, education, tourism, sports and culture and healthcare and many, many other things. And so that the plan of actions is not just the strategy, it's the, it has the dates, people who are responsible for that from both sides. And it makes us feel that, that we really can evaluate and estimate how crucial is the cooperation with those regions. And generally, after all those plans of actions with different municipalities and different regions, they are implemented, we can see that thanks to the growth of economy. This is the, you can see on the slide that Tatarstan today has a turnover with OIC countries that is almost $6 billion. And I believe that the result of that organizing work is the turnover. And that makes our global economy and Tatarstan, of course, economy much stronger. And that allows us to get the higher quality of life for people, for local population as well. So what I think is that there should be the tides on every single level, on regional level, municipal level, and even lower between businesses, chambers of commerce, and other stakeholders who might be involved into that, like educational institutions and healthcare and tourism and so on. And this might lead to mutual beneficial success. And you had a question, our honorable moderator, he asked me a question about the language that we should speak on. I think that's the language of mutual respect and of, so to say, core values that we share. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your wonderful address. I wanted to ask you a question. So you said that you have agreement with 89 countries in terms of investment, and this is great. So can you just share your recipe for success? What do you offer? Economic benefits, tax benefits maybe, or maybe some regulatory help?
Very good investment climate of Tatarstan is in the fact that we understand people work with people. It's not like country work with country. It's people work with people. And it's really important to find the right people who can be responsible for what they are doing. And it might be, I believe that this is the crucial and fundamental basis for the whole cooperation in any sector. We have to make sure that we hire the right people, we train them, we educate them, and they can coordinate that work. And I think that if both Russia and Islamic countries would maybe work a little bit more in terms of education, in future, global economy will benefit much more. So Tatarstan investment climate is of course about special economic zones and lots of preferences and hundreds of industrial sites and local enterprises and local raw materials like polymers of ethylene and many other things. But the main thing is the attitude towards the partners. And if you have the right team to do that, that is eager to do that understands that it should be mutually beneficial thing. It's not just you invite everyone here to take their money to your country or to your location. You have to respect them and to understand that the financial model should be sustainable enough for everyone to benefit.
Спасибо. Больше, чем экономика. Так можно сказать.
Thank you. Yeah, so basically it's more than economy, is what you're saying. What I know is that the Republic of Mordovia has huge plans for cooperation with Islamic countries. Now I would like to pass the floor to Mr. Stunov, and that is, I think, economy is the basis of cooperation between all regions, and we are not located too far away from Kazan. It's just 400 kilometers, and it's between capitals. It's 80 kilometers. We have direct flights. We also have an international airport in the Republic of Mordovia, brand new. So welcome to the Republic of Mordovia. It's only 400 kilometers to Moscow. You go use the M12 highway. Well, we also have trains. We also have direct flights. So this location really gives us an opportunity to get people and companies both from Kazan and Moscow because they are located not too far away from us. Now, in terms of people, so there is a big delegation, and in terms of any projects you might be interested in to cooperate with us, please approach us. Ivan, Natalia, and Saf, we're all present here. You know, people responsible for economy, construction, finance. All people from the Republic of Moldova responsible for that are present here. And we do production of a lot of agricultural goods. We do a lot of secondary industries we have, and we provide finished goods. And this is something we want to export to the Islamic countries. Of course, we now focus on the CIS countries. But thank you so much to the organizers of this forum for getting us in touch with very good contracts with the people. And it's all thanks to this forum. I think we can measure that. We can measure the positive influence Kazan Forum has on the economy of the Republic of Mordovia. And I think these forums are the tool to be used to improve the economy of a region. I mean, we are really a focal point, logistics-wise. You can't go south without going through Saransk, and we always have up to capacity things, and we also produce railway wagons, and we are first in Russia in this respect, and and we can carry all sorts of freight in all conditions. We have very active international cooperation. We've increased our export from 10 to 15% over the last 3 years to those, from 27% to 55% this is the increase of the share of the OIC in the exports we have. UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Malaysia, Egypt, and all the countries that want to cooperate with us are welcome. Our main trading partner is Kazakhstan, and that's 35% of the exports that we have. And also, I just wanted to mention that we actually manufacture coaches, railway coaches. But back to the international cooperation, we used to have a special economic zone. Now, I talked of logistics, and we have both brownfields and greenfield sites. There is also an infrastructure resident there, and so PMEs can enter SMEs can easily enter this zone. And in terms of education, every fifth student we have is a foreigner. Saransk is a very safe city, one of the cleanest cities, and it's very convenient to study there. We have parents' forums there, and this is very, very important for us. So I have my Tomsk governor friend present with us today, and we've learned a lot from you. Thank you so much. I've studied your experience very closely, and Tomsk is a very nice, dynamic, student-oriented city, and this is something that we strive to achieve in Saransk. Moreover, all the preferential treatment we have in the special economic zones, we have them in the Republic as a whole. Also in Prioralsk region, we're doing really good in terms of cooperation, and so and it is easier to get some professionals in our Republic, and the salaries in pharmaceuticals and coach manufacturing are really high, and they're going up. And so we're really competitive here in terms of getting the workforce on board. It's very easy also to do land operations in our region, and also the electricity connection is good and easy, so it's easy to get energy for your facilities. So if you have any questions with regards to construction, or maybe you want to have a joint development project, so Mossad, is always ready to help you, and he is here with us today. So all questions that you might have, we will be here for 2 days. We have a booth. All of the enterprises that we have, as well as our culture, are represented there with the souvenirs. And it would be a huge pleasure for us to tell you more about our region. We also have a lot of sports events, and we have a lot of infrastructure for that. 8,000 ice arena we have, and a lot of federal events that have to do with ice. They take place in Saransk. So thank you so much. Welcome to Moldova. Thank you, Artem. You talked about different industries, and I really wanted to know what countries are the priorities for you in terms of exports, not because, some of them better or worse, but just in terms of the real situation on the ground. What are the best investment opportunities you believe?
Well, I could not name the particular countries, but the most interested people in most highly technological processes are our partners, because we have been developing biotechnology transformation, making antibiotic plants, and also oncology medicine. So it is there where they develop those. And this is the first one. The second one, the technical thing, is the priorities when we traditionally have, when Moldova was among the leaders. Thank you. A great work has been done on restarting new plants in Donetsk People's Republic. And so I'd like to invite Denis Pushilin. The floor is yours. Tell us about your plans and perspectives. Greetings, dear colleagues and participants of the 15th International Economic Forum, Russia and Islamic World. Let me first of all present my thankful for the head of Republic of Tatarstan, the organizers, the people for your participation and getting involved in our region support. Thank you very much. Now, no doubt, it is very important. We have had some particular experience to intervene with the representatives with the Islamic world people in 2019 before Donetsk Republic got joined Russian Federation, and we joined International Investment Forum, which took place in Donetsk. And in St. Petersburg Forum, we signed the agreement from with our Iran colleagues, and now we're talking about investment perspective. And as a part of Russia, Donbass has always been interesting and something to be proud of, despite of those difficult times we have been experiencing nowadays. But a number of plans now do bear their results, positive results, and we have extra opportunity for extra development nowadays. First of all, I'd like to draw your attention on some fundamental solutions to implement industrial potential, the social of economic development, which had been initiated by Vladimir Putin, the chemical sector, the cable, the conductors, and other productions. Today we are expecting to start up some 19 plants, the gas, concrete, to renovate the accommodation, the housing. We also restarted the granite carrier to produce these stones and cobblestones up to 3 million per year. And it's very important that we have the all closed circuit, the cycle, and produce sand and all special mixtures. For construction raw materials we prepare, and also we are planning to restart the plant for making tires. It will be enlarged and to produce some plastic products and some other rollers for different rollers, as the used tires to reuse to make some coverings for playgrounds in towns and cities. We are planning to restart mineral infrastructure. Gorlovsterol is one of the greatest mineral fertilizers, and they produced a lot of polymer materials and some other materials. The infrastructure is still being worked, but it was under attack. So we have serious perspective and draw it people and try to exploit up to 4,000 employees. We're planning to make some facilities and to produce cisterns in Mariupol, Yugemka, Donetsk. We're planning to produce other facilities, GMK and DMZ plants. Were working up to 20% of steel. It is 20% higher than compared with last year. Despite of the military attack, we still managed to increase the volume of the production up to 53.3%. and chemical sector up to 25%. I also have to mention to machinery. This was also one of the leader sections, and also producing coal. We are oriented to produce unique production of machinery for Moscow and St. Petersburg, Samara metro underground, and different well equipment for wells, and also it is very important for machinery to produce industrial clusters to be able to develop technological sovereignty, because in the conditions of the nowadays politics of the West, it is crucially. And the common work with the regional work, we draw investments, and so this is the free economic zone, which provides new vacancies to work and to set up new enterprises. The company has been able to develop the business, and we also have interactive. We have income taxes 0%. In regional budget, it's from 0 to 13.5. The 0% of the ground, 0% the liquid steel, 0%, and also other tax privileges. Today we have 125 organizations, a few from DNR, Donetsk Republic. It is the investments is 15.3 billion rubles, and we're planning to explore 20,800 employees vacancies. To form comfort conditions for potential investors, we support investors to organize different municipality. There are up to 100 million Russian rubles for crediting and to support their turnover. We have some grants and some other tax benefits for small and medium businesses and entrepreneurs from different banks. Renovation. We have, before joining Russian Federation, we had implemented 14,390 plans and 14,309 different infrastructural houses, water, schools, housing, and so on. So we have carways, and we have 27 regions, 8 government companies. We had tax beneficial housing, and they have active interest, and for this we have 150 ground places to build housing, and it is possible to build 292 houses. Last year there was a new law to support the construction on the beneficial position. Now we have 32 investment projects and have signed 24 agreements for great projects. We are planning 67 events to support social housing. To develop that, we are working on perspective territories and special way roads, and with transportation infrastructures. Together we're developing interregional routes. We restarted 18 regional routes with other Russia Federation's regions. We restarted the port, and it is 142,000 tons, but it can be enlarged up to 70 million tons. Now, the towns actively participate in comfort town infrastructure, and we have implemented a few projects by now. 3 of them. One of the most important things to prepare documentation issues. One of the important tools for each Russian Federation regions. We have to develop the plans and to develop those plans to prepare. We have a unique institute, planning institution, and we have developed it for 9 regions and for 9 towns and cities. Dear colleagues, now I have just presented a few potential platforms for investing, and just would like to tell you that we have prepared some offers for some of those plans, and we have offers from our investors. But then again, dear colleagues, we are setting up our work via one window service. So those of you who are interested in it, to develop Donbas region, and I would like to introduce my colleague, the leader, Andrei Koluzhin. He's here at the forum at Donetsk People's Republic stand, and he can answer all questions that you may have. And it's also last but not least, actually, one window service can provide consulting and up to implementation a particular project. It's very important to understand who we are going to work with and how you're going to work with, so to pass all those official procedures. Dear colleagues, dear friends, this year we are focusing on developing the production potential and trying to rebuild the ruined plants, and also to try to increase production, and also trying to be competitive on the market. I tried to just briefly explain and talk about some things, but I still have something to show you, but thank you for listening. And thank you, Denis Vladimirovich. You have very spacious presentations, but I'd like to ask you one question to you. You have mentioned some of the investments that have already been attracted. How many of them are from within the budget, and how many of them are out of budget? By the point, well, actually we have to be objective, and we do have risks, and considering those risks, we have focused on budget projects, but we have a little bit private investments, and it is growing, and it's possible after we have first successful projects. But still we have risks, no doubt, but you can take it into account and consider we have some free economic zones. So there is a balance, and every single project is a contribution to develop. So we do have something to show you, to demonstrate you. So that's how it works. Thank you. I see. Now we are from Hebron, Governor Khaled Dudin. The floor is yours. Once again, sorry. Khaled Dudin. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the Republic of Tatarstan for organizing this wonderful forum and for this great event, and thank the organizing committee of the forum of this event, which is taking place on the highest level. I also thank my colleagues who have been joining us. Thank you for those who are listening to us. And I thank the Palestine delegation. They have been following me and helping. And also thank Russia Federation for this particular event today. Well, maybe I'm the only one here who just goes beyond Russian riches, and as a follower from outside, that's how I see from a little bit different perspective, which let me tell you something how other people see Russia from the perspective of Russian economical future. And also, please listen to me and just listen what we are trying to see and to understand the future plans and development of the economics. First of all, we're talking about the long-term story. We're talking about the hegemony and one polar of world economics, which influenced the political situation because one party or just one geography in the world has been dominating in all the economics, and the world is suffering, and it has been suffering. We do know who reigns, who dominates. So that's why we demand from the great to big countries to create the balance in the world in the name of avoid this one polar economics. Our vision is that the candidates to resist it, to break it, is Russian Federation and China, because they possess a great and firm economy, and nowadays there is a very popular situation. Well, you are witnessing the development in the economy in China and Russia, and this gives us great pleasure, because now the hegemony is not possible. It is living the last days. That's why we want to see two parties, two faces, and attracting the investments in the world. And we want to see an opportunity to choose different choices. Because I am the leader of Palestine, and for the last 4 years we're taking part in this forum, and we're happy to see this yearly development that is being here at the forum, because the forum is to develop relations with different countries. We see new countries, new cultures, new partnerships. All the countries of the world, of the third world, are eager to see the substitution of the monopoly, the economic monopoly. The Middle East countries and the North Africa, they are thirsty for becoming another economic system, and also we see that the continuation of this as a continuation in a lot of countries, and we also are witnessing that the industrial economy. And yesterday we visited a university in Kazan, the Special University of IT Technology, specializing in computer science. And what we saw, well, made us happy, because we see that those regions are involved in the world from the wide doors, the widest doors, and we are wounded. We are a wounded country. You see what is going on today, every day in Gaza, and you see the crime, the occupation. You see how they kill kids and children. A non-stoppable war that has been lasting for the 8 months, and our state insists on being a new economical system, a part of a new economic part, and a part of a political state. We want to be free, and we want to be active, and an active part of the world in terms of social, economic, and other systems. We also are involved in Arabic world, trying to to become a part of world economy. And we are trying to make new poles to be competitive and based on the developing the technology, but not based on the political or hegemony and domination and political press. So thank you Russia. I thank Russia Federation. I thank the Republic of Tatarstan for this yearly forum, and we would like to see much more events in other republics of Russia Federation, to always be able to know and to always have contacts with you, and to create new conditions for our economical partnership, so that it can substitute what's going on in the world nowadays, the monopoly, I mean. Thank you for this. Thank you, my colleagues. Wish you health. All the best.
Thank you so much for a very interesting piece of input that you shared with us. Now, I wanted to ask, to tell you that we have to let go two speakers because there are business events. The agreement signing ceremonies and talks they have to participate in. And so thank you, Dennis, and thank you, Talia. But we will keep on discussing the events of today. Thank you, those who stay with us. So of course, what you said right now is very acute, and I agree with you completely, Mr. Duden. So, in your opinion, what is the source of conflict and irritation right now? Is it a way to maintain the power, or maybe it's emerging powers trying to get their piece of the pie? So is it the new stage, is it the new being built or the old being deconstructed? What we see here today, globally, in Africa, for instance, the transformations we see in Africa, this is very important, because we understand that historically there has been hegemony of the West over the African countries. Now we see a lot of transformation going on there, both in Niger and other countries. We see the economy is changing and the rule of the old power getting away. And so you think the conflict between the classical economic model and the new one, I think, is the source of tension and friction. And most conflicts that we see, be those political or non-political in nature, are as a result of this feeling that there is competition going on, and the West sees that the third world countries have a choice, and the West doesn't like it. And I think we're only at the beginning of this phase when something new emerges and that new economic systems may come to the fore, and the third world countries now will have a choice in terms of the economic models, and they will and obviously the choices these countries make should be transparent for the sake of the economic development. So it should not be the same as it used to be with the hegemony of the West.
О котором вы говорили, это дальше у нас развитие технологий.
Is the development of the technology, you know, that will lead to new new economic systems emerging. So you see, I'm a graduate of the Tomsk University, and I got my PhD in Tomsk, and the city of Tomsk is obviously laser focused on infrastructure development. So Vladimir, can you maybe share what the future holds for Tomsk in terms of cooperation with the Islamic countries based on the tech cooperation maybe? Yeah, thank you for giving me the floor, and I also wanted to thank the audience for attending this discussion. Thank you all for staying. I mean, when there are people present in the audience, it really means that they are interested in what the speakers have to say, and so maybe you really want, and it means that you really want to know and find out something new about the Tomsk region and the input that we provide internationally and globally. So I will share my input on Tomsk. It's situated in the very heart of Russia and Siberia. You can see on the screen that where we are located, how beneficial our position is. So it's just in between the Central and Eastern Asia, and the GRP, gross regional product, is mostly formed by the primary industries. So the main industries of the Russian economy are very well represented here. We have very rich nature. All of the chemicals that you can find in the periods table is present in our region. And of course, the main resource that we have is the human capital. This is the thing that allows us to grow the engineering schools and then develop the research and science in general, the R&D, and this is something that will allow Russia to attain technological sovereignty. This is something that Mr. Putin says we should do, and we will do it. So I wanted to start with educational research complex. I mean, it's the Tomsk State University is fourth, historically speaking. We are in Russia. It's 146 years old. Tomsk Polytech University is the first engineering higher education institution in the Asian part of Russia, and it's 120 years old. We have 6 universities in Tomsk. 5 of them take part in the 2030 priority project. 3 of those opened the engineering schools using government subsidy, and there was a tough competition for this money. And so we have 7 so this basically, we have a new approach that really allows us to synergize what all of these universities do. We are building an inter-university campus that will give us the capacity to host 6,000 students. And genetics, biotech is something that we are going to develop in terms of R&D and education. And in terms of academia, Tomsk is in top 100 of best university cities, and this is an independent estimate. And the 5 continents and 97 countries are represented in our city. Obviously, youth is essential for innovative economy. And we started doing that way, way back. And we've got the first special economic zone of technical type, and we've got the first student incubator. And also there is a lot of students doing tech entrepreneurship in Tomsk, which is also a good thing. Nearly 230 enterprises have been brought on the smart technologies platform together with the academic institutions and universities. So there are 230 of these enterprises, universities, and academic institutions present on this platform. We're also dealing with microelectronics, drone research, new materials, artificial intelligence, energy of the future, and many other things. What we did on Monday was opening a youth lab for AI in industry, and the R&D that we come up with actually is being used in practice, and that was created by young Tomsk engineers. So we do our best to create an environment for the industry to thrive in our city and region as a whole, and we try to get away from being dependent on the primary industries and focus more on the secondary industries. So in short, in terms of foreign trades, we trade with nearly half of the world, 87 countries, our partners, and 87% of exports is non-raw materials. And in 2023, we traded with 56% of our trading partners are members of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. And of course, we are very present in the Middle East. So our key partners, these are 9 countries, and 5 of those are OIC members. And we focus on agriculture when we deal with the Middle East and Africa, Iran, Algeria, Egypt in particular. So, as I said, agriculture and food is one of those fields, and also education and engineering and IT are some of those fields where I think we can provide something of benefit to these countries. So we are laser focused on creating new high-tech production facilities, industrial facilities, and developing education and growing our international presence. I also wanted to talk of limonade. Ilmenite is a Tukansk mining and enrichment complex that gives us a lot of inputs phasing out potential. And in the Tomsk region, there is a full cycle project that is aimed at creating wooden prefabricated houses. And this is something, all of that we do together with the Ministry of Industry and Trade and the first Vice Prime Minister, Denis Manturov. And so we want to help Russia achieve technological sovereignty in micro and radio electronics, the FTOR-related agriculture and space and healthcare components, and also we do the petrochem for the construction materials. We have a new cluster in the works that will unite the National Gas Company, which is a subsidiary of Rosatom, as well as this is the Siberian Chemical Combinate, and also a number of other companies will be present in this cluster. We also have another cluster coming up, which will deal with microelectronics and communications systems. And our chemistry professionals are aiming at working for microelectronics. Basically, our region is one great production line and technological line, and during this presentation, you know, I can't really share all of the info that I can. I mean, maybe I even went overboard, but there was so much stuff to share with you that I couldn't manage to get within the limits of the time frame that I'm allowed. I'm sorry for that, but I had to do it to represent the region fairly and do it justice. So Tomsk is celebrating its 420th anniversary this year, because, you know, it's better to see the thing for yourself than to hear it from me. So please do come to the Tomsk region for new high-tech equipment, great modern education, and wonderful, inspiring experiences. We in Siberia are very welcoming and we'll be glad to host you. Thank you. We'll meet you in Tomsk.
Thank you, Denis Vladimirovich. This is a great mission to complete our session. This is difficult. You have spotted and highlighted the trends. Okay, dear participants, dear guests, you can ask questions. Those of you who wish to ask the speakers. Shall you have any questions? Please do not hesitate. On my behalf, I would like to just highlight a particular moment. We talked on different subjects. We talked about regions, the geopolitical influence, and the question is to you, just a brief answer, what opportunities do we have at the modern stage, and what risks are there to set up a new world order? Opportunities and risks. Please, Vladimir, what do you think? Opportunities and risks. What opportunities do we have, and what are the risks? Talking about setting up a new order. Well, first of all, our opportunities to take part in economy, as I mentioned, were very attractive for Asia. I named a number of countries. It's some 100 countries, and this is not nowadays when we're turning to the east. We have been doing it for many years, and this participation is preparing the people resources and the trade. It has already provides us a right to call ourselves leaders and be successful. And microelectronics and bioengineering, such small tonnage chemistry, nuclear energy, new energy, all these are our faculties, and we share our experience, starting from the education and providing high technological products. So there we participants, I support what you are asking, what you think. Thank you. Any other questions or any opinions from your perspective? The Hebron province, what is your experience? What are those opportunities and what are the risks that might be there? I understand what my colleague has been telling right now. These racketing changes happening in Russian Federation and Russian regions are very important. And I am sure that we have to develop the interrelation and the collaboration to know each other. We have to get to know each other between the countries of the Middle East and North Africa on the one side and the Russian Federation on the other side. We need, we demand this technology and this industry. It's a new question. It's a modern question, very relevant, and we have to study it carefully, to set up the relations so that the countries of the Middle East and the North Africa would be able to know what kind of industries and technologies are there in the regions or in Russian regions. This is crucial to understand what's going on, because there might be some difference in the quality, in prices, as I told you. It needs very important and examining. We have to examine it, and we need to intensify our work within the businessmen, between the entrepreneurs who work in these fields. They need to work in tight with those entrepreneurs, and I am very optimistic about this, and I see a wonderful future, and I am sure in our future collaboration and partnership, because these regions and countries have already are very decisive on trade and economical interchange. They are aware of those benefits they might get when interacting with the Russian regions. Well, okay, the last announcement. At 15:30 there will be a panel session on finance and logistical infrastructure in Russia and the Arabic countries. We invite you to take part in panel session. Thank you, dear participants, dear speakers, and let's call it a day. Sorry, there might be a question. There's a question. Just a couple of minutes.
Elle va translate. Je voudrais savoir comment est-ce que vous comptez soutenir l'Afrique qui est sous-développée, surtout les femmes qui n'ont pas accès au financement à cause des barrières de terre. Parce que chez nous, la femme n'a pas droit aux terres. Et quand il faut aller demander le financement, on te demande les titres fonciers. Est-ce qu'il n'est pas possible de trouver des conventions uniquement pour les femmes? Et je suis là, j'ai été recommandé parce qu'on a deuxième préoccupation, on a notre usine textile qui est en arrêt. Est-ce qu'on ne peut pas trouver un investisseur gagnant-gagnant pour venir exploiter l'usine textile au Cameroun? On produit le coton, mais c'est l'usine textile qui ne marche pas.
Здравствуйте, меня зовут Мария Анжель, я из Камеруна, я представляю ассоциацию женщин-губернаторов.
I am from Cameroon and I'm a manager from Cameroon, and I'd like to ask a question to the speakers. how are you able to support the African economical and African women, because women in Africa do not have access to finance and banking, crediting. So this is difficult to start up your own business. How can you support African women and African economy? And the second question is, we are after investors. We are dealing with the textile plants. There's a little plant. We are dealing with the cotton. And it's very important for us, the partner relationships. So there must be win-win situations, and we need investors for our plant. Thank you. Questions. We do need cotton for Russian, but maybe there are some recipes or solutions. What do you think? Yes, of course, we do have an answer. When a woman from such a great country asking you a question, I would like to answer. Considering the participation and finances of the economics, we have we also take part. We do have students from Africa and also from Cameroon, and they are studying in Tomsk. And as a hosting country, we are sharing the leading technologies and provide spiritual culture and support African culture. And I think this is a good level of friendly relationship. And via education, that's how we take part in developing the economics. But considering particular financial projects and taking part women in those projects, this is rather individual things, and they can be different in different countries. It's your local issues, and that's why we are providing our friendly relationship to share our experience. Considering cotton, well, you have to get in touch with the light industry. This is a crucial dimension, because we're talking about fabric, and so we can talk it just after the session. Okay? Thank you. Do you have anything to answer, to respond? Yes, please. Cameroon is a great country and a big country in Africa. It is famous all over the world. And it is very important that we host here a mayor from Cameroon, and what she does, searching for the ways to interrelation and investments, means that this forum is a successful platform. We need, well, it proves my words I've been mentioning, that we need for more partnership, for creating new investment climate, investment environment in the Middle East. That's exactly what I've been talking at the beginning. What I've been talking about at the beginning. Thank you very much, because it's very good to see you here, that you can ask questions. This is the platform how you can set up contacts, see people face to face, representing their countries. I hope you will find necessary contacts. Thank you.